My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
Something on my mind regarding this whole Ecowas intention to get into Niger and to show power and muscle and asking a certain standby force to get ready. Can somebody please tell Ecowas to stop the joke already? Can somebody please tell Ecowas to stop the joke already? Because what's happening in Niger is as a result of bad governance, bad leadership, the economic stress. Ecowas is an acronym, an abbreviation. Economic Communities of West African States. Economic Communities of West African States. Check all the countries in West Africa. Check the strength of their economies. Check their GDPs. Check their inflation rate. Check how their people are living. Check how their masses are suffering. And tell me whether or not the economic portion, which is the fundamental reason for which ECOWAS was set up, has been thought about by any of these leaders who have not thought about fixing the ailing economies that they have pushed their people into, but rather they want to go and sit and think about war. Africa is losing it. Number two, check the ages of the presidents who will be sitting in that room to take that decision to go to war. Check their ages. They have all spent their lives. And even before we try to think about how to recover from the economic doldrum in which they have sunk us into, the deep pit that they have sunk us into, they have not thought about what the future holds after they have gone into this war, which will affect, because Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali say we will come together to resist your attempts. They have not thought about the overflow. They are not thinking about the hunger that will come. Already the price of onions in Ghana has gone up, and we know why. So we need to tell them in their faces that, look, you have already failed us. We are still tolerating you because it's a democracy. Don't come and add insult to injury. Stop the jokes. Somebody tell ECOWAS, stop the jokes. Your first job and the first reason for coming together as countries within the West African sub-region is the economic communities of West African states. How do you leave the economic and go and focus on war? Somebody tell ECOWAS to stop the joke if nobody has told them already. Now, a senior citizen yesterday had a conversation with me and says, these days, I see very little of our paid information minister, because there's been Jato and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and some acres of land that he was giving. You remember that what Honorable Suhini brought? There's also Kujetua Blakwa and Honorable Eslawoswe Kufu, some contract issues. There's the Saglemi housing projects. There's the dams that we saw that have been dried up and how we are not producing much and all of that. Somebody's asking, where's our information minister? Please put this picture up there. He's a member of parliament. Then he asked me, maybe he's too busy following our vice president around, so he may not be focusing on his primary job. I said, no. I disagree with you, because Kojo is focused on his job. So the president is not speaking to us, but at least can the principal mouthpiece of the government, put this picture up there, please. The principal mouthpiece of the government, can he speak to the people of Ghana? And you see, there's a very beautiful picture of Mr. Oppong Nkrumah. He's also MP for Fasia Yoruba. He's going again. So I'm Minister for Information. And the question that the citizens are asking, this is one of the senior citizens of this country, and I have a lot of them as my friends. They ask, where is the information minister? Because, you know, in the past, when we had issues, Cecilia Dapa issue, we had the Bank of Ghana issue, you know, IMF and all of that, Mr. Nkrumah would have come to give us some clarification like this. Listen.
The fact that people haven't been allowed to go back coming up with these reports does not mean that the entire exercise has been a failure. It is a challenge that needs to be dealt with at this point in time. But the president, like he said from the beginning, remains very committed to the fight against irresponsible and illegal mining. The processes over the years have been largely successful. We have a current set of challenges. You can't run away from the current set of challenges. You've got to face it head on and find a way to win in that space as well.
So that was Mr. Oppong. And I remember at that press conference, somebody had asked a question, one of the journalists had asked a question and said that, oh, the Galamsey fight had failed. And he clarified what was it. Now I don't know what the position will be on the Galamsey fight at all and whatever it is. As to whether we have failed or we have not failed, we all know what the story is. And I leave it there.
The truth is irony, just like animal farm. Justice mean inequity. So who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence. Islamic leaders silence. Kings and queens silence. Traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are the Gokas of Confosico. Now by area, why no baby? We are the Gokas of Confosico. One guy's area, why no baby? Who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he made it nice, was as he saw. Now your friend on a nine camasem. Only papi obeka nice and beer. So I won't or bet you were two. Everybody was afraid. And when Tina to my cottage, I get 9. Once my boy dumping one and I cheat. But who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Akuku drofo nyina danima. And who go say the truth? Obiaja konson so to grow your mansa to me biaka kobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo wanyina ye. Na so kutrata down na so bidia bako why no keke. Afene fo be mane mo piafo efo e. Nkrumah on my mo. Anya safwe mo ayini. Akuku drofo nyina dalima. And who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi. Kachisa udi oma upipi numa. Udi oma never shine and fry for some. But who go?
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.